book is First Graders from Mars. Episode 1, Horus's Horrible Day. Remember, they're from Mars. The story is by Shana and the pictures are by Teague. And that Episode 1, and this takes place in the Mariner Valley Elementary School. For Tracy Mack, one of the brightest stars in the universe, and to Miss Garrell's my first grade teacher. Remember, they're on Mars. It was a quiet day on Mars. A dust storm swirled across the ground. A volcano blew purple gas in the distance, and suddenly a flying cup streaked across the sky. It spun to a stop and landed in a canyon. Creak! Its hatch opened. Something, or someone climbed out. Look at, there's all these little creatures that are kind of looking. Ooh, look, that one's got 4 eyeballs. These are funny little books. It was Horus. "Are you sure you don't want me to walk in with you?" asked Horus's mom. "Mom," said Horus, "I am a first grader. I am not a baby." "Okay," said Horus's mom, and she stretched out her big, long lips and kissed Horus goodbye. And then she left a big red suction mark on his head. Horus rubbed the mark off of his forehead, and then he headed into Mariner Valley Elementary School. He followed the twisty canyon paths until he found Pod 1. Nurgle, a friend from Martian Garden, was already inside. Nurgle waved his tentacles, and Horus waved back. A teacher floated over. She literally had eyes in the back of her head, and in the front, and on the sides. "Meet me," she said. "I am your teacher, Ms. Vortex." "Oip, oip," answered Horus. "I am Horus." Ms. Vortex gave Horus a name tag, and then she showed him his thinking capsule. Horus couldn't wait to get started. "Where's the slime table?" he asked. "Where are the snooze mats? Where are the snacks?" A girl Horus didn't know giggled. Her name tag said Tara. "This isn't Martian Gate anymore," she said. "First graders are too big for those things." And Horus's tentacles drooped. "Oh, no slime table, no snooze mats, no snacks?" Before Horus could say anything, Ms. Vortex clapped her tentacles together. "Okay, Martians," she said. "Let's get to work." Horus couldn't believe it. In Martian Garden, there was no work until at least the 3rd day. The rest of the day didn't get any better either. In reading, Horus was in the beta group. Tara and Nurgle were both in the alpha group. "Alphas are much brighter," said Tara. Look, Horus is reading upside down. In art, Horus drew a self-portrait. "It doesn't look like you," said Tara. "Maybe you should make it a little lumpier." There was no morning snack, so by lunchtime, Horus was just starving. He was in such a hurry to eat that he slurped his soup up the wrong tentacle. "Groba," said Tara, and everyone except Nurgle laughed. But Horus felt terrible. After lunch, Horus was very tired, but there was no snooze time in first grade. "Let's work on our numbers," said Ms. Vortex. 4 + 2, she called out. 5 + 3, and everyone rushed to form the right answers. Horus was so sleepy that he accidentally got stuck on 8. After numbers, everyone ran outside for recess. On the way, Horus peeked inside the Martian Garden room. Oh, the Martian gardeners were hopping around, making animal sounds. "Glump, glump," they said. "Milo, Milo." Those were the days, thought Horus sadly. Horus's mom picked him up after school. "How was it?" she asked. "Oh, horrible," said Horus. "I'm not going back." He refused to talk about it for the rest of the night. Look, he's pretty mad. The next morning, Horace's parents came into his room. "Horace," said Horace's dad, "I think you should give first grade another try." "I don't think so," said Horace. "Horace," said Horace's mom, "you can't live your life with only a Martian garden education." And Horace thought about it. He imagined eating snacks all day. He imagined snoozing when he was tired. He imagined getting a job testing slime tables. "Yibbies I can," he said. Horace, you have to go to school," said his mom. "No, Bo," said Horace, "and you can't make me." Unfortunately, though, as it turned out, she could. "Don't leave me here," begged Horace when they got to school, and just then another flying cup piled up beside them. A giant blue Martian dragged her giant blue daughter out of the hatch. "Pelly," said the mother, "behave." "No, Bo," screamed Pelly. Horace stopped howling, and then he started watching. Pelly's mom looked horribly embarrassed. "We just moved here from the moon Phobos," she said, "and Pelly is a little nervous about starting first grade." "I am not nervous," wailed Pelly. "Nobo understands." Big blue teardrops dripped out of her nose. Ew, that's kind of gross. "I understand," said Horace. Pelly sniffled. "You do?" she asked. "Yippee," said Horace. "First grade will be terrible," said Pelly. "I know," agreed Horace. "And it will be scary," said Pelly. "Tell me about it," said Horace. "The teacher will be mean," said Pelly. And Horace started to nod, but then he remembered that Miss Vortex actually saved his life twice yesterday. "Actually, the teacher's okay," he said. Pelly looked doubtful. "And the work was going to be hard," said Pelly. Horace thought about getting stuck on 8, and then he remembered that he still got the answer right. "Well, it's not that hard," he admitted. "I could get lost in the hall," said Pelly. "I can show you around," offered Horace. "Really?" "Really," said Horace. Pelly and Horace's mom smiled, and they offered to walk Pelly and Horace inside. "No, Bo," said Pelly and Horace at the same time. "We are not babies," Pelly said. "I've done this before," said Horace. So Horace and Pelly bounced into Pod 1 together, and from then on, first grade started to look up. The end. This isn't Martian Garden anymore. Goodbye.